She was a poor but dignified young woman whose simple appearance made people underestimate the depth of her talent and dedication. In offices filled with luxury and ego, her hard work was ignored while her poverty became the only thing people chose to see. The executives never noticed her flawless performance because their eyes were fixed on status rather than skill. With a fake professional smile, the manager told her she no longer fit the company's image. Behind that sentence was arrogance disguised as corporate policy. When she was fired, she didn't cry or beg, because self-respect mattered more than desperation. The office doors closed behind her, but destiny quietly opened another door ahead. Holding the termination letter, she walked out with pain in her heart and fire in her soul. On the bus ride home, she stared out the window and made a silent promise to herself. She promised that this humiliation would one day become her greatest victory. Her room was small and empty, but her dreams filled every corner of it. While the city slept peacefully, she stayed awake building a future from nothing. She studied, practiced, failed, and learned without anyone noticing her struggle. Poverty didn't break her spirit. It sharpened it. Every rejection taught her patience, and every insult taught her strength. She worked multiple small jobs just to survive while chasing something bigger. Her hands were tired, her eyes were heavy, but her determination never weakened. She turned pain into discipline and fear into focus. Slowly, her skills became stronger than her circumstances. Time began to work in her favor. Months passed, and her name started appearing where it never had before. People noticed her work, not her background. She earned trust through honesty rather than influence. Every success raised her confidence, and every failure refined her vision. She built something meaningful from nothing but belief and effort. 1 year passed, and the girl once ignored had become a respected professional. Her life no longer revolved around survival, but purpose. Meanwhile, her former company began to collapse under bad decisions and pride. Projects failed, profits dropped, and panic filled the boardroom. Ego had replaced wisdom, and the cost was heavy. During one desperate meeting, someone finally mentioned her name. The room fell silent, heavy with regret and realization. They remembered how easily they had dismissed her. Desperation forced pride to step aside. After long hesitation, they decided to call her. The phone rang and she answered calmly. The same people who fired her were now asking for help. Their voices trembled, carrying guilt they could no longer hide. She listened quietly, letting time speak for her. She agreed to meet, not for revenge, but for closure. Walking back into the same building, she felt no fear. Her steps carried confidence earned through struggle. The same faces now looked at her with need instead of judgment. She was no longer an employee begging for approval. She was a solution they desperately needed. She set clear conditions, grounded in dignity and self-worth. They accepted without argument, because they had no choice. In that moment, power quietly changed hands. She took control without raising her voice. Respect replaced ridicule. She fixed what arrogance had broken. The company survived, but the lesson remained. Her return was not revenge. It was justice. She never humiliated those who once humiliated her. Instead, she showed grace backed by strength. Her story spread beyond office walls. People who felt invisible saw themselves in her journey. She became proof that rejection can be preparation. Poverty, she showed, is not a measure of potential. Character is. She never forgot where she came from. Her past became her foundation, not her shame. She stayed humble because struggle had taught her empathy. The same world that once ignored her now listened carefully. She inspired others without trying to impress anyone. Her success was quiet but undeniable. She taught that patience always defeats arrogance, that time always delivers justice, and that dignity is the greatest achievement of all. She proved that strength grows in silence. The company now used her story as a lesson about judging people too quickly, a lesson about confusing appearance with ability. She became a standard, not an exception. Her confidence came from survival, not privilege. She worked not for validation, but for purpose. Fear no longer controlled her decisions. Faith in herself guided every step. Her journey reminded people that success has many beginnings, and none of them start with permission. She forgave, not because they deserved it, but because she deserved peace. She chose growth over bitterness. Her smile now carried calm, not pain. She stood taller, not because she won, but because she endured. Every scar told a story of survival. Every achievement carried the weight of sacrifice. She understood that poverty is temporary, but courage is permanent. Her life became a message louder than words. A message that said, never give up. Even today, her name is spoken with respect. Her journey continues, stronger than ever. She knows the road was hard for a reason. Because easy paths never create strong people. She no longer waits for opportunities. She creates them. Time did not just change her life. It revealed her power. She was never weak, only underestimated. They fired her for being poor, but time made them beg her back.